Yo, 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 what's going on, folks? Coming in live to give you the race update here. So I gotta start with the story. We're gonna get some real good coverage, but I suck with technology. I bought a brand new GoPro just to get footage for this race. I get there and I don't close the flap and I bring it in the ocean and I got the thing waterlogged. So instead you're just gonna have to listen to my monotone voice. It's gonna be super boring. You're probably gonna cut off the video right now. So if that's you, that's you. But we're gonna dive right in.
All right, cool. Tell us, how did you feel leading into the race, coming off the win at Bear Lake?
Yeah, so to be honest, and I think that's why people were maybe surprised I didn't do any smack talking the whole week leading into it, and it's because I felt terrible all week. Because of the cold and the altitude, I just could not get anything going. I had about a 30% likelihood in my mind that I was gonna have a good race till Wednesday. But then I got up Thursday and I was like, okay, my body's gonna come around, it's ready to roll. So then, you know, I got on the flight and I had quite good vibes going, and actually then was like, the day in the morning, especially when I woke up, I was like, this is gonna be a great race.
So you felt good on race morning, like you knew you were gonna have some?
Yeah, I felt really good on race morning. I got on the bus and I'm walking around and I basically said, I hope everyone else, you know, is bringing their A game, because I know I've got my A game today. And then yeah, the race kind of went quite well for me. I was pretty happy with my swim. I lost like 3 minutes to the leaders, but there were 2 ITU guys there at the swim, so that's 3 minutes to ITU swimmers, which for me is the best I've ever been. And then to guys like Jackson Laundry, who I lost 2.5 minutes to in 70.3s last year, I only lost 45 seconds. So then I was right on the bike and tucked down into aero and kind of bridged up to the front. Unfortunately, there was a whole lot of drafting, illegal drafting kind of going on from a number of people, but also some very honorable and good riding going on. And but it starts, and it's an expression that I learned from Hoff. It's don't hassle the Hoff, and it's when you get pissed off, it actually turns you into a superhuman beast. So when I caught up to that front back pack and saw them all drafting, a superhuman beast was unleashed, and the Sam Long full send just went all out. And I pulled up to the front at mile 28, and I just never looked back and opened that up to 4 minutes. And then the run was just playing it smart, staying cool. A 4-minute lead to lose would have been a lot, and I still managed losing a lot of that lead to Tyler Butterfield, who ran like an absolute madman. And I hurt, and it was one of the races I'm the most proud of because of doing it back to back and having my self-doubt that week, and like just with there was a lot of pressure on my shoulders, honestly, to kind of do this, and I overcame that pressure, and that made me pretty happy about it.
Did you feel more pressure from this race or from Bear Lake?
So yeah, that's a great question. Bear Lake, going into it, I actually put like almost no pressure on myself, because I was like, this is a race in the middle of Idaho. I'm camping out. Especially I got there and I'm like, I'm not even sure this race is going to happen, so I had no pressure. But then when I saw that everyone was like, oh, Sam's got to win this race, otherwise he's a fool, like the morning of, I realized like, whoa, there's a lot of pressure to do well at Bear Lake. And then the opposite was kind of true for Cozumel. It was kind of like I put a lot of pressure on myself, like, oh, that's the race I really want to do well at. And especially in the heat, like I wanted to do well, because in our sport, we judge an athlete by how they can do in the heat, because that's Kona. So that's what kind of why I put pressure on myself for that. And then I almost felt like there was not that much pressure from the outside sport, because it's like not very many people back up back-to-back wins, and it's kind of like if you don't, you can just say, oh, I didn't recover well. But I'm not one for making excuses, so I almost put more pressure on myself so that I wouldn't have to make excuses. So the big quote I was telling myself all week is like, prepare yourself to win, but never expect to win. And so that kind of comes down to like not getting complacent, right? Like you have to believe you can win, and you have to go there knowing you can win if you do a good race. But if you start thinking in your mind like, I'm gonna win, I'm so much stronger than everyone, I did a great race last week, nobody can match me, I would have gotten my ass kicked. I mean, it was an incredibly hard race, incredibly good competition, and yeah, you can never take a win for granted, and you can never take the abilities of the other pros and the other athletes for granted. So that was kind of the big thing.
So you would say that all this training this year, because for obviously the curveball of 2020, you've kind of stuck to training as if there's racing this year. So you would say that's paid off.
Totally. I think you got to stick to your guns, and I think my coach has helped me. Like, it was, and it helps being 24 years old. Like, me and my coach talked, and it wasn't even like, look, we're gonna train to race this year and smash races this year. It's like, we're training to do well at Kona and be the best athlete possible in 5 years from now, and that requires 1,500 hours of training this year. So I said, I'm gonna do 1,500, 1,600 hours of training this year, even if there's no racing, and I just stuck to it.
So how do you feel? How does Sam Long feel right now in this moment? Back-to-back wins, a 70.3 win.
Yeah, man, it's funny. I think I enjoyed the wins, 24 hours. I was on top of the moon. I'm elated, but I'm actually more hungry than ever to keep getting after it. And success for me only gets beget with more hard work. So I'm more motivated and excited than ever to get to hard work and hopefully put my legs to the test in an Ironman.
Okay, and so what is next for Sam Long? What are you looking for? What are you looking at?
Yeah, so we'll see about Daytona. The suckers still have to send me an invite. And I'm gonna do a gravel race in St. George, Utah here in 3 weeks, 126 miles. Just kind of keep testing the limits. That's gonna prepare me for Ironman Florida, hopefully in 5 weeks. So that's the big goal, is to target an Ironman for the year.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, thanks for making the dream come true. We're making big efforts. I'm learning how to work GoPros slowly but surely, getting the second edition. Like, comment, subscribe. It might seem like we're a big budget superstars here, but this is your do-it-yourself at home with the help of a mastermind, Kenny, to help me out, and we're bringing you the love and we're bringing you the truth, so let us know if you like it. Thanks, guys. Oh yeah, baby, here we go. I've arrived to my hotel. Decent day of travel. Plans are packed, was actually pretty busy. And the first thing I do is I always unpack the bike. So here I am, I got it unpacked. Everything looks to be pretty good. So I got this awesome new bike bag. It's not too complex. I just have to push my extensions back, so then I slide them out. I'm gonna retighten those. I have to lower the saddle, so I drop that up, and then the wheels, I pop the rotors off just so that they don't get bent, and then bada bing, bada boom. I don't even have to take the pedals off. In pretty classic Mexico fashion, apparently I'm gonna have to pay for Wi-Fi at my hotel, and even though it said all-inclusive on Expedia, it's not. But in paradise, baby, check this out. Woohoo! Oh man, it's just so good to be here, so good to be doing what I love. I am 100% stoked, 100% thrilled just to race. Couldn't be happier. Phew! Here we go, you know what you're looking at. Red bags, blue bags, white bags. We're back in business, baby. The usual Ironman, it feels super good. First thing I do, went to Packet pickup today. Rode my bike there for a little spin out, then went for a little run, then dinner. And then I always get set up nice and organized. Swim cap, there's my swim skin, here's my run bag, socks, some gels, sunglasses, run bag, just to be set. Sorry, that's my run number there. Morning clothes bag. Then the bike, I tightened all the bolts, just made sure, giving her a charge. Then I just get the room nice and clean and organized so that I can live in peace, you know? Oh my God, I've officially got what I call race brain. This is when I lose absolutely everything. I get organized and then I lose it. I lost my card, I came in, I put it on the dresser, and then I couldn't find it. I covered up with some clothes, so then I said, okay, I'm gonna put my card in my wallet. So then I put it in my wallet, and then I somehow lost my wallet. So now I just went and looked for it. But alas, I found it, and now I'm on a mission. Out the door I go. Phew. Had to come out for a quick little swim. Just couldn't sleep. Too excited to be here. So just loosening up a bit. Just me and the ocean, baby. Woohoo!